Matt, we've got a minute with Maxwell. This is a John Maxwell video.
Yeah.
Probably one of my heroes.
Yeah, which let's talk about that for just a quick second.
Yeah,
because John Maxwell, when you're following a lot of these younger guys, you're like, John Maxwell, oh yeah, he's good, but he's kind of old, old time, blah 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 blah. And then we went to Orlando. And, when we went, I was excited to see Ed Milet, which was awesome.
Yep.
He did not disappoint. But John Maxwell was also speaking. I was like, okay, that'll be cool. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
You're John Maxwell. Yeah. Holy cow.
Life-changing.
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 And I love the way he like sits on the stool and just kind of, it's like.
My name's John.
Yeah.
And I'm your friend.
And just pouring wisdom.
Dude.
So much value.
Another thing that really
fell in love with the guy.
Set his wisdom in stone for me was I watched the video that Ed Milet did interviewing John on his show and like seeing how zoned in and how much respect that Ed had, because I've got that respect for Ed,
absolutely,
and seeing him have that for John, I was like,
okay,
he's learned from this man. This guy is the real deal.
Yeah.
So we have a minute with Maxwell on confidence that we are going to do a reaction to. So,
okay, I'm not sure what that was, but let's
get into it. Digging the intro.
Absolutely.
If I were to ask you a gift that you would like to receive,
I'm already
his voice.
I mean, I'm already whatever he's selling, and I'm buying it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll bet many of you would pick what I'm going to talk to you about now. John Maxwell here. Welcome to Minute with Maxwell. I want to talk to you about confidence, about becoming a confident person. I find that is just a big need in the life of many people. They just lack the confidence to do what they want to do, to sometimes do what they should do. And so they come to me and they ask me, how do I become a more confident person? And I would like to share with you quickly 3 ways that you can begin to build into your self-confidence that will allow you.
Okay.
So real quick.
Okay.
Let's talk about the fact that the word confidence gets thrown around a lot.
Yep.
Where people are, oh, he's confident. But I think before he digs in here, and this is probably what he's going to explain this well, whether he uses this terminology or not, but there's a huge difference in being cocky and being confident.
Oh, yeah.
And I think a lot of people, oh, he's super confident, when that person is actually just cocky. And it's fake.
Right.
And it's actually trying to hide their lack of confidence.
Arrogance is not confidence.
No.
Confidence is, I think it's Latin origin, confide, which means to have faith in.
Nice.
Right? It is not a word that exudes arrogance.
Right.
Faith is a humble thing, and humility can be confident.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to hear how he digs into this, because what he's about to explain is not going to be arrogant or cocky.
Yep,
It's
of course it's not. It's John freaking Maxwell.
True confidence.
Let's go.
To go to a level that a lack of confidence will hold you back and keep you from achieving. The first thing I would share with you is this.
Get ready.
That if you want to be a confident person, you have to take action. Confidence is a result of doing something.
Okay. We were talking about this
like
20, 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Talking about something which you guys will hear more details about soon. And we were like, look, dude.
We just got to do it.
We've got to just put the pen to paper and do this.
So many things were like, man, we could do that. We could do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And then it just sits.
Right.
And literally, like, before we did this, we've just spent, an hour, hour and a half?
Yep. Preparing
something that we're just going to do.
Right.
So this is awesome.
Yeah.
Feeling more confident.
This is some Nike stuff right here. Just do it.
Just do it.
And so many times people cheat themselves because they lack that confidence, so they don't do what they should do, only to leave saying, I wish I would have done that. I can remember.
Okay, I don't want to pause this every 5 seconds.
But you are.
But dude, that resonates with me.
Yeah.
So many people are cheating themselves for not having confidence.
Yeah.
That is super hard.
And as
because you're not going to do the thing.
Absolutely.
You're cheating yourself.
You're cheating yourself.
We would have cheated ourselves.
Like we have so many, can we be honest? Like we have so many times before on so many other things.
Yes.
If we had, where would we be right now? let's just be blunt and
Okay.
honest. As the Crush It team,
Yeah.
where would we be at right now if we had just taken action on all these things?
A lot further.
A lot stinking further.
Yeah. Okay,
And for me personally, as he was saying that, I'm like, dang, like all this stuff shooting through.
Yeah,
my
that
mind.
cheating yourself, though, man.
So yeah,
That's-
let's try to get through
in
more
my
than 5
20s.
seconds.
I went to a meeting with leaders that were older than I, wiser, bigger, better, faster. What was I, 27? They probably averaged 45, 50.
Okay, hold on.
And I was overwhelmed by the fact that I was truly, not trying to be humble, I was truly the least in the room. And I could have learned so much from them.
Okay, what kind of room are you in if John Maxwell's the least? Who's in there? Jesus and the 12 disciples?
Right? I mean, that's where we're at this
In
moment.
fact, they gave times for us to ask questions, and I held back. And I didn't ask questions, and I left that meeting, and I
guilty of
really realized how I cheated myself. And I determined that I would never let that happen again. Now, why didn't I ask the question? Because I lacked the confidence. I thought, well, it's probably a silly question to them. They probably answered that question 1,000 times. They'll look at me and say, wow, he doesn't know very much. And I determined that
So
day
guilty, man.
that regardless of how intimidated I was going to become, I was never going to cheat myself again. And that I was always going to ask the question, even though I figured it may be a real stupid question.
See, okay, now the cheating yourself thing is really changing the way I'm thinking about confidence right now.
Right.
Because he didn't say, next time I'm going to have more confidence.
No.
Next time I'm not going to
Not
cheat
gonna
myself.
cheat myself. Yeah, because he left there with not any more knowledge than he had when he showed up because he would not ask the question. I am so guilty of this.
Oh,
like
yeah,
this
dude.
is something I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not asking questions. I know what I'm doing. No,
Or I don't want to look
I
stupid.
don't want to look stupid.
I'll figure it out
Yeah,
later on my
yeah.
own. Or,
Yeah.
Wow.
What was I doing with my confidence? I was making a determination to take action on something that I didn't feel comfortable with. And trust me, I did. I never broke that promise to myself, and today I can look back at many times where I just went ahead and did it. I didn't feel comfortable, but I went ahead and did it. And each time I took action, it began to give me confidence.
Okay. I have to say this. It's so easy to pause on him because John Maxwell uses no fillers.
No.
Like you have to
It's all
hang
straight
on
content.
every word
Yeah.
this man says.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
Like it's just like boom, boom, boom. This guy says 2 sentences and there's 14 thoughts you can take away from.
Yeah, yeah.
It's absolutely
Well,
bizarre.
hang on. What he just said goes back to, gosh, I don't know how many episodes ago where we actually responded to that Instagram post, where the guy said teaching yourself.
Yeah.
And basically what he's saying is he taught himself confidence by having new experiences to identify himself by as a confident person.
Huh. He did.
See what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
The second thing that I have done to build my confidence is to share with others and help them. One of the things I found is that you begin to feel better about yourself when you help other people get better. And so
True.
therefore, there's a confidence booster in making yourself invaluable to others because you're always adding value to them.
That's
and so
true.
I grew my confidence not only in taking actions on things that I perhaps was intimidated with, but I, quote, did it anyway. I grew my confidence by the fact that I began to meet people's needs. And because I met their needs, I began to be valued, and I began to have influence with those people. And all of that process helped me to become a more confident person. The third thing that I did is I spent time with confident people. There is no security like being with secure people.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
I'm not going to be able to hang out with you anymore. Sorry.
it. You know it when you're with them. You know it when you're not with them. You can feel it in the room. A lot of my leadership has been based on the fact that I provide a lot of security for people. They just know. If they hook up with me, if they read my book, if they kind of follow me, if they listen to my lesson, they're going to get better. And that security.
That's a confident statement.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that he said,
Yeah.
if you do anything with me, if you
You're gonna get
watch
better.
my stuff, you're gonna get better.
Well, he knows he provides value.
That's the thing.
He knows he provides
That's the thing.
security.
And it's so true. It's so true. What you know, and it's funny because we have a lot of conversations about a lot of these guys who've made a big difference in our lives and a lot of other guys' lives. Grant Cardone, Bradley, even Ed Milet. You know, less Ed Milet, but a lot of times you watch these videos and you never really know what you're going to get out of them.
Right.
It's content and it's going to help somebody, but you know, like there's some guys, even the other day, my wife Grace, she was like, she mentioned one of them and she said, you know, I'm not really liking the stuff he put out recently.
Yeah.
And like that happens.
Yeah.
That's normal. It's not a knock on those guys, but with John Maxwell, you know what you're getting.
You don't have to dig through fluff
You
to
don't.
get
It's not.
meat.
It's not take the meat, spit the bones.
Right.
It's
Man.
holy cow. How do I get all this meat?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
right. Holy cow.
Holy
Get it?
cow!
It's a meat joke.
It's a meat joke.
Helps
Trying to
them
think of something else.
to
It's
become
gone.
more secure and confident themselves. That's exactly what I did as a young leader. I found people that were confident, and I hung with them. I watched them. I asked them questions. I learned from them. But more than anything else, I immersed myself in the environment of a confident person, because confidence is caught. I've watched it happen many times. A team maybe is behind in a game, and all of a sudden they get on a run, and they, quote, start playing over their head, and they begin to build momentum, and they get on a roll, and they start scoring points. And you can just watch in the behavior, the attitude, the actions, the facial expressions of the players, that they're just feeling better about themselves as the game goes on. It's contagious.
It's so true.
Get
See it in
around
every
a person
sport.
that's secure and you'll become more secure. Get around a person that's got confidence and you'll begin to gain more confidence.
You are who your friends are.
Because secure, confident people want you to be confident also. The only people that don't want you to be confident in life are insecure people.
I'm not gonna,
They always want
I was about to say, I know where this
you
is
were
going.
trying to beat him to it.
Oh, dude.
So
If you're around someone that's making, if you feel insecure around someone, that is not a confident person.
that's deep.
That is the dividing line between arrogance and confidence.
Yeah.
A confident person makes you feel more confident.
Yeah. Ooh,
Oh.
that's groundbreaking.
Oh.
That's groundbreaking.
It's so good, dude.
Good.
It's so good.
you to be off balance so they can have the advantage. So I want to encourage you. Hang around some confident people, get in that environment and immerse yourself in it. Add value to people and take action on things that you fear. And you'll begin to build your confidence. I'm glad you're with me today on Minute with Maxwell.
Wow.
So, couple things. One,
I feel like I read a whole book just
I know, so much in that. But from that last point, you know, not just, okay, who am I putting myself around that's confident, but am I being that person?
right.
Am I being the person?
That was what I was thinking. How many times have
where
I?
it's really hitting home with me is, you know, am I that person that gives other people confidence?
Yeah, you know what? And there, now that I'm evaluating it, there have been situations I've left that I was like, I felt pretty confident in that situation. And looking back, I can actually tell I was just feeding off of someone else's insecurities,
Yeah.
which does not equal confidence.
Right. That kind of made you sound like a jerk.
It does, right? It makes you kind of an arrogant jerk.
Yeah, it does.
Wow. So really, you know, listening to this, the way you gauge your confidence is how you make other people feel around you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's good.
Even when he was talking about being in that room with people he knew more than him,
Yeah.
it's likely those guys, if he had actually asked the question, would have been like, wow, this young man had enough confidence
That's true.
to seek this answer out.
And you almost like digging a little deeper there. You talk about how a lot of times a younger individual can go into a business or a sports team or something, and they automatically, even though they're younger than everybody else, they automatically become the leader in that space. It goes back to confidence. It goes back to confidence. Your status as a leader isn't about age, or, I mean, would we even say not necessarily even wisdom? It goes back to the confidence that you have and that you also give others around you. Wow.
That's tough.
It's good stuff.
Man, that's crazy. Well, thank you, John Maxwell,
Thank you,
for
Papa John. Wait, yeah, that's a business. Let's go, Grandpa John.
It does. It feels
Papa
like you just like
Maxwell.
hung out with your grandpa.
That's how I felt when we saw him in Orlando.
Yeah.
I felt like I had sat down with my grandfather, who just said, "Hey, let me tell you about life."
Yeah, like it does. If
Yeah.
you don't leave his event thinking you've been to like a concert.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how the Ed Milet, which I loved. Don't get
Right.
me wrong. I loved
Right.
the energy. Got a lot of help from that in a different way.
Yeah.
Like I left the John Maxwell.
It's not a motivational thing. It's a life-changing experience.
It is.
It's an experience, not a motivational
very much
high.
Very much. Yeah. It's not an ecstasy kind of thing.
Right.
Wow.
It's like, okay, I'm going to be different tomorrow
Right.
and next week and next month and a year.
It's like
last.
I've just been
You know?
changed.
Like, for real. Well, there are things that he said there in Orlando that I have repeated. I could not tell you how many times since then,
Yeah.
because it just.
Oh yeah.
Now, there's a couple things that about Ed Milet's story that day.
Yep.
And again, huge Ed Milet fan.
Oh yeah.
Huge.
Dude, the
Not
the
saying-
power of one more.
Oh,
We were
insane.
talking about that in the gym.
Yeah.
I was like, all right,
Yeah,
just one more.
We just
power,
kept
one
going,
more.
one more. Now then we couldn't move for 3 days. But like there are things that I took away from a story or a cool part that he talked about. But when John Maxwell spoke, it was like this something that clicked
Yeah.
in your head.
Yeah. And
your heart.
part of that is his confidence. He made me feel confident,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Being a person in the crowd, I felt confident based off of his presence and the way he was saying things.
Well, he told us he was our friend.
I'm John Maxwell, and I'm your friend.
Yeah. So good stuff.
Wow. Good. All right.
Expect more of these.
Yep. So if you liked the reaction videos, the response videos, hit the subscribe button, and we will be thankful that you did.
Yeah. Go check out all of our other stuff. And more's coming. Thanks for the follow-up.